Hello Libra, my name is Paul and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. And this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know, okay? And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And, wow, we've got the Queen of Cups. This is the daily card for today as well. I'm not sure when you're watching this, but if you're watching it on the day it's released, this is the daily card that we do on the channel also. So this is very significant. I also want to say happy birthday season to all the Libras out there. It looks like we're really going to be tapping into something. Here is that Princess of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups and the Princess of Pentacles. This is very nice. Already a lot of court cards. We do have our yes or no card with the Two of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, okay. All right, we really got started on some major arcana over here and an Ace of Cups. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we will just randomly select. And we're going to put Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. But we're doing something different here. We're trying to be more interactive. So if at any point during the reading you get an idea of what that card is, if you can sense it, if you can feel it, I want you to type it into the comment section. Okay? I want to see if we can collectively raise our vibrations, if we can collectively tap into source, tap into spirit, tap into our own intuition, and start discerning that mystery card together. If you don't want to play along, that's fine too. At the end of the reading, there will be a moment of stillness where we can all kind of provide our final answers, right? But first, let's look at this energy. We've got a little bit of fire. We've got considerable water. This is good. There's a lot of water here, a lot of movement in this water. We don't have any air energy, except for the Libra lovers, or not Libra, but the Gemini lovers energy here. And we've got some earth energy here. So this is, it's fairly balanced. I think the absence of the air is kind of telling me that we're trying to approach things with a different method, right? I almost feel as if the usual way that you interact with people is changing right now. You're coming into a different energy. It's like we're able to connect with people on a deeper level right now, right? And I think this makes cooperation very much easier. We have a Six of Cups right here this is the middle of the table, really. It's dead center in the camera frame here. And this is kind of tomorrow's energy. This is the energy that we are stepping into. And this to me feels like a new way of connecting with people. Right? We're finding a common ground kind of existentially, emotionally, that allows us to really get in touch with people, you know? I think it's a good time for you to form alliances, to get involved in these kind of cooperative efforts, right? I think that when you insert yourself into a group, into a situation, into work or school or home or family or friends, everyone's going to notice that there's something a little different about you. It's like this birthday season has done something very magically with you. And I think it has to do with the absence of the air energy. It's not so much just a conversation. It's a telepathic almost connection that you have. Right? With all this water energy, it really feels different this time. So I think it is a very good time for you to immerse yourself in in group efforts, right? To be part of your social circle, your family, really get involved with the people in your life, right? And strive for connecting on that different level. Here's that Queen of Cups that we see right in the center of things. Okay. So I think that you're able to do this kind of connection, right? Because you've been really exploring your own depths. You're starting to really get in touch with what your real drives and desires are. We talked about this with the daily tarot card reading today. Finding what you're really made of, right? Finding out if we are typically living on the surface level of our feelings, the reflective level, right? Where we're just kind of giving back the emotional energy that others are giving us. If someone's pissed off, well, then we're just giving that right back. That's kind of the surface level, right? Or have we been living on more of the shallow end of the pool, where we are just more focused on fulfilling our immediate desires day to day, right? Whatever the temporary, immediate satisfactions are, gratifications are that we're looking for. I think you're on a deeper level than that right now. I think you're tapping into really what is the collective spiritual level, right? That allows you to understand people on that deeper level, not intellectually, but intuitively, emotionally, compassionately, right? I think this is why this cooperation right now seems like it comes very easily to you, okay? Because of all this water energy. And I think it really is, here we have the Princess of Pentacles in the middle too. I think that this cooperative effort, right? Immersing yourself in these kind of group activities, or just re-engaging with your loved ones, or with your work, or with your school, or whatever it is leading to a lot of productivity right now. A lot of manifestations come by way of this cooperation that we're seeing, right? This connection that we're experiencing. All right. So it does seem like you're kind of, you're entering the world, and you just seem a little different this time around, right? I almost feel like your friends or your coworkers, like they've never really seen you like this before. Where it's just this, I don't know if I'd call it compassion or empathy. It's this water energy that extends out. We even see that above here with the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is not always a negative card, okay? All of these cards have their light and their shadow. This card traditionally means disappointment, right? Something that is emotionally, aw shucks, kind of disappointing. But for you, it doesn't mean that. For you, this means that you're able to dive down beneath the surface level emotions and get to that water, that element that really connects, that essential humanness that connects everybody. And it's by doing this, it's about you kind of diving under. You know, if the waves are really choppy, right? If the surface of the water is choppy, you got to dive down further where the waters are calm, right? I mean, there's still a current, but it's not choppy like the surface level. So I think that's what you've been doing. You're learning how to not be so swayed by positive and negative emotions, by these waves that come and go, right? The joy and the pain of our kind of day-to-day human existence. You're able to dive down beneath that and find something that really does connect everybody. And this way of associating with people, of cooperating with people, is really bringing you a lot of success with the Princess of Pentacles here. Okay. Down beneath we have I love the Princess of Wands. To me, this is kind of like your desire, maybe what you're discovering in yourself as you dive down into these depths, is you're discovering a little bit of this kind of impulsive fire energy. Now, I don't mean impulsive in a negative way. I mean, you're really excited to just start doing things, to jump into something new, a new activity, a new hobby, a new avocation, maybe a new career, a new study, maybe just a new book to read, right? You're very excited to jump into these kind of special pursuits outside of your main work, right? Your main kind of day-to-day life or task or project or your career or whatever it is. These are those special kind of extracurricular activities. Yeah. And there's a real enthusiasm for this type of work now. These types of activities, right? It feels very exciting. It feels like we want to jump in to these things. Okay. Now, when we get to the Two of Pentacles, anytime we get a Two of Pentacles, we have to spin the yes or no coin. Okay. And this is just a simple metal coin, yes or no, one on each side. I'm not going to flip it because I do have stuff up there above me, right? But what I want you to do is think of a yes or no question. Now, this very often backfires. People say, will I be rich? Well, the answer is no. Okay. Maybe we have to be a little bit more specific, but you ask any question you want. I don't know what those questions are. But we'll spin the coin, we'll get a yes or no, right? And to me, this is, well, let's just do the exercise first, okay? So go ahead and formulate your question, and I will spin the coin. Anytime we get a Two of Pentacles, it is a yes or no spin. We hit the Dove and the Serpent. And the answer is a yes. See, if you can see that, it says yes. So what I think this is, whatever that question was that you had asked, I feel like that is directly or indirectly related to this new experience that we're feeling now, right? Whatever the question was, I don't know what it was. I feel like it's related to the depths that we're beginning to explore in our own being, and what we're finding down in those depths is our connection with everybody else, with all of life, with the universe, right? We're realizing that way down beneath everything, we're all connected. All of life is connected. So whatever that question was, how does it apply to that realization, that awareness, or that feeling that you have, right? That's kind of the question I want you to ask yourself. We're going to move to the path of the Serpent now. And we start with an Ace of Cups. This is that holy grail that we find at the very bottom of this bottomless lake, right? It's the deeper we go, the more we get closer to the source of all life and love and joy and beauty and pleasure and harmony and success and productivity and abundance, blessings, right? This is the source of everything. And I feel as if you have a real connection with yourself now. You know, I feel like in the next, well, perhaps throughout this whole birthday season, maybe you've already had your birthday, maybe it's today, happy birthday. Maybe it's tomorrow, happy birthday. But during this whole Libra season, I feel like you're coming to a deeper and deeper awareness of your own kind of spiritual self, right? How the source of all life and love is not only above you and around you, but within you, right? And I think that's a part of this whole thing that we very often forget, that this divinity is within us as much as it is outside of us. Yeah. And I think you're coming to a deeper awareness of that. Okay. This is also a card that's telling me that you're on a very particular path in your life. That you have a very, I was going to say well-defined, but maybe not well-defined intellectually. You have a very strong commitment to a certain path in your life. And when we say that the Princess of Wands wants to immerse themselves in other activities, it doesn't detract from this ace, from this central belief, this central spiritual commitment that you have, It doesn't detract from that, doesn't take away from that at all. If anything, it adds to it, right? You're enriching your life through these kind of special interests, extracurricular activities, and that just really strengthens your commitment to this central path. Maybe this is a career thing. Maybe this is school, family, whatever it could be. And I think that this is singular, right? I think that this, because we have an ace here, you're going to have to excuse my voice. It's getting a little hoarse today. I think I'm getting too excited with this reading because I really am happy with the energy that we have, especially all of these major arcana cards. You need to focus on being this ace, right? This full commitment. We don't want to seesaw, right? We don't want to waver or vacillate in our commitment. This Ace of Cups is one, right? So this is a reinforcement of your commitments. And I think that this is something, too, that we're realizing as we do this depth work. You're realizing that your purpose, the reason why you're here, all comes to a single point, right? All of the multiplicity, all of the different ideas and thoughts and words and conversations and ideas, everything kind of resolves back into a unity. And this is what you're committed to, okay? And I think it's very important right now, during this Libra season, that you focus on this commitment and don't start second-guessing yourself. We don't have any air energy here, except for the Lovers, which we'll talk about in a moment. But there's the idea here that we don't need to doubt anything, right? That you've done all of the figuring, right? You've done the math already, and we know that our will is singular. That the source of our happiness is this commitment. You are fully committed to this. So we're doing our best right now to not second guess, to not doubt, to not waver, right? And that brings us to the card of your relationships, your environment, the timing. And this is the Lover's card. Now, this doesn't have to mean romantic love. It could be. Because this is very uplifting relationships. Maybe one relationship in particular, if that's part of your commitment, then these two go together perfectly. You and this other person are fully committed together, not only to this relationship, but to this life's purpose. Okay? It's a soulmate kind of situation. But it may be resonating with you in a general way because this Lover's card is all about the one-on-one connections that we have with many different people, many different things, with ourselves, right? With our work, co-workers, family, friends, that sort of thing. And I think that you'll find your relationships have taken on such a new glow, such a magic. They've become so uplifting, in large part because of this depth work that you're doing and this kind of the emotional transparency, the emotional intelligence, really, that I think you're gaining. See, the Queen of Cups is that emotional authenticity. We're lifting the veil. We're being authentically who we are. Maybe we're not using words to veil our true feelings. And so we're able to go out into the world and maybe not using traditional kind of conversation, words, language, but using a more heart-centric communication, we're able to convey our true needs, desires, our true feelings, right? So we're not veiling our feelings with words anymore. There's no swords cards here. Right, so we're being more authentic in ourselves, and I really think that's really working magic in your life right now. Especially when we look at other relationships in your life. They all seem to be very close relationships. You're someone who has not only a quantity of relationships, but they're all of very strong quality. Yeah. So you're able to really form these long-lasting bonds with people right now. And that might be a good thing for you to focus on as you solidify your commitment to whatever this ace is, right? And as you start to really manifest the kind of life and the kind of future that we see with the Princess of Pentacles. Now, the next card is the Chariot card. And this is in the position of what we don't want. So here we're talking about some of the shadow qualities of the Chariot. We don't want the potential isolation. We don't want to mask our emotions anymore, right? We don't want to have this emotional armor on anymore. We want to have authentic connections with people. I think you are doing that. So what you're trying to avoid is putting the armor back on, right? Isolating, shielding yourself from others. Okay? So there's a certain vulnerability here, I think. And that might be a little scary. It always comes with some risks, right? I think right now is a good time in your life to take that risk because I think it's really going to pay off. I think it's going to have tremendous benefits, tremendous not only practical earthly benefits, but this deeper emotional, spiritual benefit as well. Okay. So the Chariot. This is the energy that usually likes to take the familiar path, right? This is the energy that likes to stay on the road that everyone has traveled, that you have always traveled. It's kind of upholding the tradition or staying on the tried and true path that you've been on. But I feel, Libra, that we're doing something different. Again, there are no swords cards here. We're kind of out of our element, no pun intended, right? Libra's an air sign. We see mostly water here. Silly, I know, but the Cancer energy in this Chariot card is some water energy. So we're taking a risk being more in the water energy rather than our familiar air energy. Okay? And I think that's leading up here to this Death energy. Now, the Death card is the card of transformation. It is the card of the slow, steady water energy that can change an entire landscape over the course of, many hundreds, thousands of years, or whatever. I'm not saying it's going to take that long. But there's an important lesson here that the water energy is slow and steady, but it's a more lasting change, right? The wind can change things too, right? The air, but it's more abrupt. It's more just kind of a temporary change, right? Whereas the water, slow and steady over time, and things change in a more permanent way. Everything is impermanent, and that's the other lesson here with the Death card. But as far as our evolution, as far as our development, our growth, our learning, by doing things more authentically, more in our feelings, more not just in the feelings, but in our deepest emotions, that creates the lasting change, right? When we're doing things that are as close to our central core, heart, Ace of Cups, Holy Grail as we can get. When things have this kind of feeling for you, they're more meaningful and they're more relatively permanent. Yeah. This is really nice. I want to take a look at the mystery card now. And this is the point in the reading where Jimbo, the Lizard King, and I will ask you to pause the video if you're so inclined, Try to connect with these images, with these energies. Let's raise our vibrations. Let's collectively tap into spirit, tap into source, and try to discern this mystery card. Okay? You don't have to play along if you don't want to. I'll switch the camera back. We'll have our moment of stillness. And see. I want you to put your answers in the comment section. What I kind of think it's going to be is some fire energy, right? Because I feel like we didn't really go enough places with this Princess of Wands. It's the only fire that we have here. So this is like the feeling that we want to start new things, right? We want to start new relationships, new activities with other people. We want to get involved. We feel enthusiastic. We feel ambitious, right? So I'm kind of thinking some fire energy. I don't know what, though. Maybe an ace, maybe any of them, maybe a 10, right? Something fire related, showing that we're expanding on this, and we are, and that we're really manifesting some of this fire energy and putting it into good practice. Maybe a 4 of Wands would be nice, right? Let's take a look. Do you have your answers in? Okay. Oh. It is fire, but it's a 10. It's a 10, so this has a couple of meanings. First, I think that this is you really taking things all the way to the finish line, right? This is you feeling like you could move mountains, feeling like you can just pile everything on your back and you can take it wherever it's going. Bay 12, please. This is a very empowering card. This is the feeling, I think in the next few days, you're going to have this feeling like you can take on any challenge, that you are more capable than anyone ever suspected. And when I said at the beginning that it's almost like the world has never seen you like this, I think this confirms it. Because this is, you're picking up a house and you're moving it, and people are just going to be like, what? You know? And I think this is very, very strong energy, very creative energy. You want to take things all the way to the bank, all the way to the finish line. There is a caution here that says, let's remember what we said about cooperation, okay? You can't be expected to carry the entire burden of the universe on your shoulders. You're not Atlas. So this card reminds us to delegate, to partner up, share the load, right? Take care of yourself. Take 2 trips to the car to bring the groceries in, right? Instead of trying to put everything in one kind of load. So that you don't burn yourself out, okay? Because it may feel, you may be entering this feeling of invincibility, but you're not, okay? So take care of yourself, Libra, please. Now, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. New readings for Libra come out every Wednesday and Saturday at 6 a.m. Chicago time. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching the video all the way through until the end. That really helps out the channel. I appreciate that. What else? Share the video on other social media if you're so inclined. That also kind of helps the algorithm, and that helps the channel, and it's really a great way for you to support the channel. It's just interacting with me, leaving comments for me. I read every comment. If you want to become a channel member, that is very cool too. All right. And Libra, remember that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot, and I thank you and I love you very much.